What's up, everybody, and welcome to this week's edition of the On Purpose podcast, where it's always our pleasure to serve you and to show up with you and just be part of your life, man. I can't tell you how much that means to me and my family, and we're humbled by it and honored that you give us this space. So, this episode is going to be airing to you on the 4th of July here in the United States, celebrating independence and freedom, right? And that's kind of what I wanted to talk to us about is the freedom to dream but the courage to act in this episode. So I wanted to share a personal story in this and to really encourage us to get beyond dreaming, to allow ourselves to dream and to have those dreams again, right? Especially as we get older in life, give yourself permission to still have damn dreams, right? Like we don't have to just be resigned that dreams are for the young. And if we're young, we don't have to think that dreams are only for those with more experience. Like we can all dream, but then the big thing is what separates us is the courage to act. So I wanted to share this story with you, and it started way back when our kids were about to finish high school, and we had a great life. You know, Andrea and I had raised our three kids, and we had very secure income and retirement, health insurance, all the things that you're supposed to want in life. But Andrea took a trip one day up the Poudre River and sat on what we called the Thinking Rock. As the water flowed by, and she saw people rafting and just enjoyed nature and heard the birds. She had this idea that she wanted more. She wasn't just content with sending our kids off and then the two of us staying in the house and living our same lives day to day, hoping the kids were going to come back. Right? She wanted more. She wanted to be different and not to be status quo. And it was a change of thinking, right? Because for most of our marriage, I was the one that pushed the envelope on things, and I was the one that was challenging us to do more and not settle into the routine. And she was so busy raising the kids and providing such a great house for us and a household, running the house, that we didn't always see eye to eye on that. And so now all of a sudden, here we are, and it's a switch. I'm pretty content with what we're doing, and she's ready for more. And started thinking like so many people we knew and we've seen after the common goal of raising a family between husband and wife and mom and dad is gone, the kids are out of the house, they end up divorced, right? Later in life, they end up divorced because they don't even recognize each other anymore. It's so much about the kids and the family and the routine that they'd grown apart. And man, that wasn't an option for us. It just wasn't something we wanted. So she called me out one day and we went to her rock and she was ready to share her idea. She was ready to share what had become a dream of hers. And it wasn't a small dream. It wasn't a quiet dream. It wasn't just a little baby dream. It was a big dream that kind of scares you and takes your breath away kind of dream, right? Her dream was sell everything we had worked hard for, sell everything we had achieved to travel. Right. And it was a great dream for her because we prioritized having our kids young, and that meant she stayed home a lot and she was able to raise our kids, but she didn't travel. She didn't get to experience some of the stuff I had or that many of other people did if you have your kids at later in life. So she wanted that. She wanted to sell everything and hit the road, just live full time in an RV while we got to see and experience the country as intimately as you can on a slow, long road trip, right? And what I love about it is it was her dream, knowing we didn't have a camper. I hated camping. Ever since the military, I never wanted to be out in the woods camping again. We didn't have a truck. We couldn't tow anything. We had never actually towed a truck. We had no experience with any of this stuff. It was her dream knowing that selling everything was maybe counterintuitive to what the mass majority of people are doing, right? When the goal is to achieve things. We were going to sell it all and walk away from an ideal life to embark on the unknown, not even sure if we'd really like it or if we knew what the hell we were doing. And as we worked through this, we didn't have all the answers, right? We didn't have all the answers for the what ifs and the if this happens or that happens. We were like, man, let's just try this. We didn't honestly even know all the questions to ask in something like this. So we We did what we do. We vision boarded our intentions. We put it out to the universe that this is what we want to try. This is what we want to do. And we believed in ourselves, despite not knowing all the answers, that we could do it. So a handshake and a hug later, I was doubled over. My stomach was hurt, and Andrea was so happy and excited. I was scared to death because we had just bought a pickup and an Airstream. No small investments for us, right? Oh, and it was a crazy time because usually the roles were reversed. So this is the first decision she ever made where I was like, oh man, I don't know about this one. But it was a time to bet on ourselves, right? Because we just bought this. We've never towed a trailer, never backed a trailer, never nowhere. We've never even hitched a trailer to a damn truck. I have no idea what I'm doing. So thankfully, Bonnie and Joe took all the videos for us, and I was able to save them and watch them as we did this and we progressed. But what it stand for is it was stood for, we were betting on us. We were betting on that the two of us could do this, that as individuals, we could learn new skills, and that as a couple, we could come together and share them and create a whole different chapter in our lives, right? We could bet that our relationship would thrive in less space, that we didn't need more things to distract us, more space to hide from each other and avoid the difficult conversations, but by living in 216 square feet, we're going to be forced to confront uncomfortable conversations, to have those discussions, to grow. And it has, right? We're just finishing our third year living in the Airstream, traveling the country, and we've learned new skills that we never would have had opportunity to. We've met new people that we never would have crossed paths with if we hadn't taken this chance. And one of the greatest things we've done is it's been an opportunity to show our kids what is possible, right? To show our community, the people that follow us, our children for sure, what is possible. That it's okay to live differently, that it's okay to follow your heart, your instincts. It's okay to do what makes you happy, even if nobody else is doing it. And I think as parents, Andrea and I both sit back and smile when we think about the greatest gift we've given our kids is that we raise them to believe in ourselves, to dream big, to know anything is possible, and don't be afraid to act upon your dreams. Right? If we would have sat back on our idea, this dream, this yearning that we had, if Andrea would never shared it, how much different would our lives be looking if she had this dream inside, but she never had the confidence to share it? I would have been doing one thing, she'd been doing another. Maybe in my mind, I think we're doing the right things, but inside she's empty. Inside she's missing this piece. And even though it wasn't my dream, it's been something that I've really loved because it's fulfilling somebody else's dream. I get to be part of seeing the world through another person's dream, which is a great honor. Right. So I'm not saying people have to be as drastic as we are, or maybe you should be if that's what's in your heart. But what I am saying is give yourself permission to dream big, big dreams, and then have the courage to step out and act towards them. It's never too late. Because if you're an older person with dreams, now you got a lot of life experience to problem solve and you troubleshoot your way through it. And it's never too early because if you're young and you have big dreams, you got a lot of time ahead of you to adjust on the mistakes, adjust on the failures, and keep going. You see, every moment that we don't live our life to our life to its fullest is a moment we're never getting back. Every day we say tomorrow is a day that'll never be again. Every year we say next year is going to be a flip of the calendar that never goes backwards. So what are your dreams? To travel, maybe write a book, start a business, learn a new skill, run a marathon. Hell, maybe some of you want to be crazy like me and fight in a cage. Whatever your dream is, whatever that fire is that's been inside you that has that little spark in there. Maybe let's throw another log on that fire. Let's get that fire going again. Let's see what the hell happens. You see, the show you're listening to this week is a very result of believing and dreaming and acting that we could do something crazy like start a podcast and people would tune in from around the world every Thursday. That people would want to be part of a community that shares stories of people that are living life on their terms. And that just maybe, one of these stories could impact a person that we've never met. You see, when you start to dream and you believe in your dreams and you act towards your dreams, you might just be amazed at who you inspire, whose life may be changed because they saw you have the courage to pursue your dream. So let's take this week that we celebrate Independence Day here in the United States and our freedom, and let's give ourselves the freedom to dream again. But more importantly, let's also follow it up with the courage to act. Have a great week, everybody.